Bivol. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games was missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, this is the official post-fight review for Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo, and the result of the fight is a wide, unanimous decision for Canelo Alvarez. Really wasn't a hard fight to score. It was a pretty uneventful fight. But before I get into my take, we have a man to my left that really needs an introduction, for he is known the world over. It's the one, it's the only. It's Pops.
I mean,
what you think?
Truth be told, before our story's written, you already know what the plot's going to be. We knew the plot from Charlo by his attitude, by his personality prior to him fighting Canelo. Wasn't the person that he really was. How he always was talking shit and doing this and being really fiery with his mouth. He didn't do that. Charles did not come that way to this fight, and it showed throughout the whole fight. In my opinion, he didn't let go of his right hand. He didn't gain Canelo's respect because he didn't throw it enough. And honestly, let's to be told whether we want to disagree or not. Yeah, we give respect to Charlo because he moved out 2 weight classes, but the reality is Canelo won the fight no matter how we disagree.
Now, I'm going to just be honest with you guys. I really made a concerted effort here on the channel to be fair to Canelo, and tonight he did what he needed to do. He won. There's no way around it. He beat Charlo fairly easy, although it wasn't a very exciting fight. But he did not look special in there. He's definitely slowed down. He had this delusions of grandeur that after the fight, that basically, like, he said pretty much that nobody would beat this version of him. And when I saw him tonight, I didn't see a different fighter. I didn't see a different guy from the Bivol fight or the third Golovkin fight. I saw a guy that stalks the same way, plots forward the same way, punch selections the same. Yeah, was he a bit lighter on his toes? Yes. Was his power jab more executed in this fight and other fights? Yes. But all in all, he had a tailor-made opponent in front of him, and I thought it was a good work-rate performance. I actually leave the fight not just disappointed in Charlo, which I'll get to in a second, but I also leave equally as disappointed in Canelo because I was fully expecting a stoppage. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. You're fighting a guy who is a career 154-pounder, moving up 2 weight classes, who hasn't boxed in 16 months and is coming off of hand surgery. Everything was stacked in your favor to go in there and beat the brakes off of him. Mind you, this is the same, Charlo, he's not known for being a high output punch guy, so he's not a guy that's known for pushing the pace, okay? He did not stop him. He didn't show the extra bit of quality that you expect from fighters that you put on that upper echelon, creme de la creme level. And I'm not being a hater. You guys, the Canelo fan base, you hold him to that standard. You say he's #1 in boxing. You like to pull out the resumes. You like to say he's up there with the Crawfords and the Inoues and, you know, the Bivols and those kind of guys. Well, this fight tonight, not only was it a boring fight, not only was it, you know, a fight that left a lot to be desired, but like it wasn't sensational. It wasn't greatness. It wasn't legendary. And I just think, you know, Canelo is starting to slip quite a lot. And that's where I stand.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to Charlo. Charlo, what pisses me off after the fight was that all of a sudden he came back to earth and started talking shit.
As for Charlo, I'm glad you brought that up. Charlo, I have no problem with a fighter losing a fight. I've got no problem with a fighter falling short if they fight another great fighter such as a Canelo Alvarez. However, what I'm not cool with is when a fighter gets into the big fight, they just completely abandon everything that got them to where they're at in the sport. And you can kind of see that in the build-up. Like Charlo is one of the few fighters in boxing, as I said in my last video about this subject, he's one of the few fighters in boxing that when he's angry and he's passionate, he's able to channel that and fight even better. And we didn't see none of that from him at all. In fact, we saw a calm, matured, calculated Charlo the whole week. That wasn't him. This politically correct, corporate bullshit Charlo I never seen no in my life. But then as soon as the fight was done and the ACH direct deposit hit his bank account of choice, now when Terrence Crawford thing gets brought up, now he got all this energy and he wants people to keep running your mouth again. So honestly, I gave Charlo every benefit of the doubt. If you go back and you watch my video when this fight was first signed, I didn't come out and say he was ducking Tim Tszyu. I gave this guy every benefit of the doubt to not say those things because he's shown himself to be a real fighter. He's shown himself to be everything he says he is in the sport. And I didn't want to do that because I felt like anybody in that position is going to take the Canelo payday, right? But I gave that benefit of the doubt under the assumption that he was going to go in this fight with Canelo and actually try to win. And I don't think he tried to win. I don't think he tried his best. And I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that. So he's mentioned that he may come out down to 54 to fight Tim Tszyu. Personally, if that fight happens, great. But I'm not even interested in it anymore because this is a guy that we just watched. Me and Pop just caught some of the post-fight press conference. He was grinning cheek to cheek. And he looked happy to lose. As long as the money was there, he looked happy to lose. And that's not cool. That's not cool with me. If it's cool with him, that's on him. That's his cross to bear. Those are his skeletons to carry. But as a boxing fan who loves seeing fighters challenge themselves to be the best they can be, Charlo being happy about losing doesn't sit well with me.
No, I mean, how do you go to a post press conference and not say how do you like sitting there just like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Like, how you doing? How you doing, guys? Yeah, I lost the fight, but I got to, yeah. So, no, any fighter that really cared about losing or it affected him, he would have come out and said that. But like I said, he wasn't himself before all this fight was signed, before he even got in the ring. The way his whole
punches could have hurt Canelo.
Yeah, and personality. So
he was tentative to throw the right hand. He was selling out with the left hook, and it was landing here and there. But that right hand, he had it in the holster most of the fight, and he just wouldn't pull the trigger. It is what it is. I mean,
he's gonna like we were saying. My son was telling me also that he's gonna have an excuse already because he went up to 14.
It's no different than when Mike Garcia fought Earl Spence at 47. He rather than fight Lomachenko at his natural weight class, he moved up 2 weight classes for a payday in a fight that he was never expected to win, and he would never get criticized for losing. So it's same thing, same type of thing here. As far as Canelo, what's next for him? A lot of people are claiming for the Benavidez fight. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, I know that's the fight a lot of people want, but after that, like Canelo has criticized fighters like Demetrius Andrade and others, calling them boring over the years. But this man has put on 2 of the boringest fights of the last 2 years. This fight with Charlo was boring. And the third Golovkin fight was one of the boringest fights in the history of the sport. It was bad.
But
so my thing is he's in no position to call nobody boring. If Andrade beats Benavidez, Andrade has a big claim to fight him. If Benavidez beats Andrade, Canelo has a big claim to fight him. And if either one of those fights happen, it's cool. But for me personally, after the way he ran his mouth with the excuses to Bivol, not giving him his credit, saying that Bivol's not better than him, you got to come see Bivol. You got to come see him. And whatever terms Bivol wants, you need to give Bivol those terms. And you need to accept your rightful place as the B-side. Because you lost. And you got your ass whooped. Mm-hmm. So until he fights Bivol, I'm kind of back in 2020. I didn't think I would get to this place because I thought I had matured.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of back in that 2021 mode where it's kind of like, fuck Canelo.
I just think that,
and I'll be happy when he's gone from the sport. That's kind of where I'm at.
I just think you're passionate about the sport of boxing.
Because people tell me this. Because people always want to sell me this propaganda that this guy is up there with the Crawfords and the Inoues and the Bivols and the Chocolatitos and these kind of great fighters, right? And the performances ain't matching the hype. Yeah. And when the hype supersedes the performances, we call that in sports, or we call that being overrated. And to me, Canelo is overrated. I mean, that doesn't mean he's not a good fighter. Doesn't mean he's not a top grade fighter. It doesn't mean he's not going to the Hall of Fame, because he is going to the Hall of Fame and he is a top grade fighter. I just don't think he's as great as you do.
Do you feel
and
like
we can disagree?
I mean, we have that saying. There comes a time where an athlete's time have passed them by. Do you think that's time?
Yeah, we've already seen.
Does it happen to Canelo?
It's not a knock on him, but it's just the truth. We've already seen the best of Canelo. He ain't gonna box no better than he did in the past. Mm-hmm. We're not gonna see the best of Canelo. All right. So,
and I'll give credit to. I never get credit to Eddie Reynoso, but I will give credit to Eddie Reynoso being the manager, because he's going to carefully.
Oh, he one of the best. Listen, Eddie was one of the best managers until he picked Bivol. And then we know what happened to him. But listen, good performance from Canelo. Hopefully for the because it's not about me. It's about you guys, the fans, the boxing fans. The fight that boxing fans are asking for is Benavidez. So if Benavidez does what people think he's going to do to Andrade, okay. you give the boxing fans what they're clamoring for with the Benavidez fight. But I'm telling you, you're not gonna fight Bivol. If Andrade come through the Benavidez fight, listen, you've been avoiding him for a long time. Obviously, Andrade did some things that maybe could have put him in a better position to get the fight last year with Zach Parker and Ryder and whatnot.
But I will say,
but if he wins, he's got a great claim.
And I'll just end it like this. Canelo did say when they post whatever interviewing, he did say, says, put anybody motherfucker in front of me, I'm gonna fight. So
we'll see.
I'm
we'll
gonna
see.
hold on to that.
Because I'm still holding on to what he said about Bivol.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Canelo will fight the guy people want to see him fight, Benavidez, or if Andrade wins, if he beats Benavidez, or the guy that he said he was obsessed with in Bivol. So listen. I'm not going to stay mad too much longer. The Marlins are back in the playoffs. The Sleeping Giants of baseball are back in the playoffs. The World Series is coming back to South Florida, so I ain't going to stay too stubborn too much longer. There's more important things in life than some Mexican who can't stop a 54-pounder who was inactive. So, it is what it is. But you guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just giving Daniel. So until next time, take it, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. We're here at the Hatanaka Boxing Gym in Nagoya, Japan. And for more great videos just like this one, make sure you guys click right here.